This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Well, life is ever changing, and many times things will pop up that you didn't expect, maybe throw you for a loop. How do you deal with that? It's part of life. We should be used to it by now, but we're not. I don't know why. Maybe she does. Let's talk to her. She is an amazing
And
psychotherapist. Dr. Hadass Harel is back on the program. How are you doing today?
I just finished telling you I have had to deal with more of you see right behind me. I think you saw a couple of tree trunks coming by. A little more of the unexpected than usual. I was trying to get home and I had to take a couple of detours because a couple of trees in my backyard just decided to land where they don't belong.
Hmm.
So what do we do? What do you do, Steve, when you try to get somewhere and a tree just plop just comes and decides to bless you with a change of course? Um, What do we do? How do we remain graceful when a tree just decides to come and hit us and change our course?
You know,
Um,
I experienced it this morning. It's interesting. We're in different states and dealing with essentially the same storm, and it passed by here, but it's hitting you now. And as I was driving in, a side street, but I take this certain street to get to a main road to get to this building, and it was blocked off by emergency vehicles. And I was like, ah. But I will say, as I'm driving, I see the lights, and my first instinct is really? What? What's going on there? And then,
and you just expect to go that way, and you just think this is a nice way to go, and we're accustomed to go that way, and why should we go a different way? And maybe you will end up being a little bit late if you go a different way, and we just have a plan. And why? Why? I was going to meet my friend for a holiday gathering, and my plan was to meet them. And after I was meeting them, I was going to meet you. And after I'm meeting you, I have clients. And my day was so set today. And I didn't like it. Let me tell you, I did not like it. When I have some days are open-ended, some days are not. I will just admit it. I can be a little bit rigid. I have some days I say a change of course is just not so welcome.
hmm,
And I say structure sometimes is what I want to do today. I'm going to have a structured day and I will not welcome trees landing in my path. Plus, trees should be growing and not flying in the air. You know what I mean?
I do, I do. And what I found as life goes on, I process it, but I change it faster than I used to. Like it back in the day, a tree in the road, or it could be, roadblocked, whatever it might be. I'd be like, really, I got to turn. I mean, I got around it. I could go on for a few minutes at least. And today it was a momentary like, what? And then my next thought was, all right, if I make some turns here, will this still be blocked? I don't think so, but I'll continue going on. Then I thought, I hope everything is okay with whatever those vehicles are there for. But with this storm that we've got going through, I wasn't intentional in doing this, but I practice gratitude in that. And I've been even texting people who, friends have been saying, hey, it's kind of crazy out there. Yes, but it's
It
warm.
is kind of crazy out there, isn't it?
But it's warm.
It
we
is warm, and earlier in the week it was out of this world cold.
yes, and we like 8 inches, 7 inches of snow where I am, and here we
Mm.
are. That was Sunday. Here it is Friday, and it's almost 60 degrees. So imagine if this was, 35 degrees with rain
These
coming
are
down.
strange times, but airborne trees really, I tend to think things things being out of the ordinary to this extent, underscore, underscore, underscore. We
Mm,
need to pay attention. What is this leading me to look at? If I'm changing direction, if I have to drive a different way than I typically do, maybe it wants me to look at something on the way.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it wants, well, I mean, if I'm going to take a benevolent look at the universe, then maybe it wants to spare me something. Maybe something would have happened if I drove the way I wanted to go. Maybe it wants me to see something on the way it made me come.
Hmm.
Maybe something different in the way that I am being led. Maybe there's a purpose to this.
I guess we have to realize that we'll never have that, potentially never have that answer. That you have to trust that, all right, well, that road blocked by a tree or whatever the situation is happened because it needed to happen because either the universe, whoever, wanted you to see something, protect you from something. You might not ever know the answer, but I guess you need to trust.
Maybe my vision is being expanded by this strangeness. I, you know, my vision has been expanded a bit lately. I'm sure your vision as well, because we have been encountered by a lot of strangeness of late.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the phenomena we encounter has been very strange.
I've come to trust the intuition when it comes up. It's the amazing power that you have that you're experiencing it for a reason.
Very strange stuff. Today has been I mean, look at this. Look at this behind me. I mean, this is peculiar.
It's a pretty substantial storm, I gotta say.
And it's doing odd things.
Mm,
My yard is lovely, but it really is reshaping itself as we speak. Um,
yeah.
so this is not usual.
So what do you think is going on here? Is there something different?
I will say this may sound a little bit strange, but I think the world is using some atypical vocabulary.
How do you mean?
The expressions we're seeing out there is out of what we're accustomed to seeing. Some of the natural phenomena, I mean, I'm not talking about necessarily dangerous things, but even just in terms of blockages and things positioned in, and it looks different. It looks different. It acts different. Um, if we're trying to read and react and respond and interpret, it's expanding our range of responses and possibilities and reactions and making sense of what we're seeing. I think what we're seeing in front of us is really some interesting stuff. Just storm phenomena that is really a little bit beyond the typical.
Hmm. Why do you think that's happening? Why is that on your radar? Is there anything universally going on now? Um, Call it astrology or anything that might be causing more weather issues or just vibrations that we have.
Well, you know me, I notice everything. And I tend to think everything has a meaning. I just I'm like that. I'm interactive. I um I think everything happens for a reason, and I think everything aims at a dialogue.
Hmm.
I think you like conversation also, so
Yeah.
I mean, you would talk to a tree if it started with you. You would talk to a rock if it was willing.
Um,
And
I
so
love
would
trees.
I,
I
right?
I seek them out. I'm not even kidding. Like the other day, I was walking my dog, and I said, it's cold out. Can't get grounded like I used to. Um, and I reached out and just touched the tree.
Yeah,
And I was putting up holiday
and
lights.
you're like, well, the tree started it. If anyone said anything, listen, the
Well, I
tree was looking a little different, and it seemed to have something to say.
have to say this that I was put up holiday decorations a couple of weeks ago, and put lights in a tree, and I've never put in a tree. Just something different. Let me change it up a little bit. And I was looking at it as like, oh, this is going to be a little bit of work here. And halfway through, I was like, I'm enjoying this. Why? And then it dawned on me because it was a tree, which is grounded. I was feeling grounded because I had to touch the
Yes, and
tree to get it done.
also the tree was probably very content to get decoration in it.
I'm not going to say no to that. I never even thought of that. Hmm. Wow.
And it just was a collaboration. There was you, there was the tree, and there was something beyond just putting a decoration in a play in something that was not alive.
But too, I'm thinking about this. You're you're opening my eyes to it in that I didn't visualize how the tree might have gratitude for me. I was grateful to the tree. You're in the right spot. I can run electrical line above, so nobody's going to trip on it. Kind of made it, I like thinking of things and working things out. So, I made it a certain way so it looked good, but you can't see the wire and all of that.
But
Um,
then it's collaborative. Then there's it, you're triangulating the whole process.
again, I'm not going to say no because the one branch was in the right spot and
Yes.
it actually supported what my goal was. And, I felt like I spent a little time with the tree and I felt better in doing it. I really did.
And the
Hmm.
next thing you know, the progress of this branch, because they continue to grow, it may continue its process in conjunction with the fact that now it's a decoration holder, and now it's an annual, and now it's in sync with the season.
Oh, I never even thought of it that way. Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm. It's those little things that we don't recognize or acknowledge.
Or you did acknowledge because you decorated. And so it makes our existence cyclic and all the more beautiful. There are these things we celebrate. We celebrate our existence. It makes it meaningful. We honor and we make meaning. Making meaning is in a way so many people say existence is empty. It
Well,
doesn't have the fullness that we are hungry for.
here's
But
the
then,
thing. I didn't think of any of that until you just said it with the tree.
but isn't that true that we honor little things? I mean, when we become people that plant and honor, and see the seasons. Even if all we do is when we go to the store, we say, I love to buy this because this gives me a sense of the season.
Mm.
So I will buy this because this is seasonal, even if this is all we do. But we honor and we acknowledge and we have the cycles that nature gives us anyway. All we need to do is say, okay, yeah, I tapped the seasons on the head.
So let's look at this. We're talking about the holidays. Let's look at somebody having challenges over the holidays, maybe feeling isolated, maybe life has changed, and family situations changed. What's your thoughts? What's your advice for somebody going through that?
I think sometimes they have a family that's not satisfying, or they're painful, or they're better not acknowledged. Um, but everyone has trees. Everyone has lights somewhere. Everyone has sensory stuff. Um, I have so many clients who just, you can boil cinnamon, the scent of that, or pine.
Hmm.
Um, or you can really, scent is so powerful because it goes to such an early right brain place that you don't need to label in language.
Hmm.
You can do something that you don't need to even call by a name. You can drive around and look and at sparkling light. You can get yourself really warm boots or socks, or just put some warm hat on your head and your ears and your neck. You can get yourself a sense of you are taking good care of yourself this season.
Hmm.
You don't have to wait for someone else to nurture you. You can nurture your own self. You
I
can do for yourself in a way that some faulty family didn't do.
Something that occurred to me this season, this call it late fall, almost winter. Warm beverage.
Yes,
I was in Connecticut over the weekend, and it was cold, very cold. It was about to snow, and got warm. I got a hot chocolate. Haven't had one forever. It was really good. And I'm
yes.
thinking, like, I'm really enjoying this cup of warmth. But my whole life, I never even looked at it that way. Yeah, let me just drink something. It's great. This was just a different
It's
experience. Like,
beautiful.
right? It's the little thing. I know it's a cliche, but it's the little thing.
In my area, this is really cute. There is a plant store and there is a hardware store that have outside they have a hot apple cider stand,
Yep.
and they also have popcorn there, caramel popcorn, but also plain. And you also can shoot hoops, and you can win like electric drills is the best you can win, and you can win a screwdriver. But like it's so cute because it's like a mom and pop's hardware store,
It's the
and that's
way
kind of
it's the way it used to be, the way it should be.
yes, yes. And there's little Hoya plants that are excellent to put in a stocking. They're
Mm,
little. One of them is up here. Because I had to get one for myself also. I couldn't let them all go to stockings.
right.
And then there's also a hot chocolate thing in the plant store, and it's just so cute because they're treats, and it's not that you have to have someone else do it for you.
That's what I'm saying. And you don't even have to have someone with you. You could journey solo and just take it in, the fresh air, the warm
And
beverage.
it's childlike and it's so cute. And when
Yeah.
you go there, it smells like pine.
Mm,
It smells like cinnamon. It's all those scents of childhood.
yeah.
And it doesn't matter whether you don't have to be religious. You just have to be a child.
There's beauty in that. Even the curiosity, the innocence, mostly the curiosity. There's no
And
reason why you
all
can't have
the
that as an adult.
stuff that became somehow tainted for some people, and they say, oh, it's commercial, but it's not commercial to buy a screwdriver
Mm,
or to win a screwdriver.
sure. And it's useful too.
And all the stuff that people yell about is completely disarmed in places like this.
We're out of time. If anybody wants to connect with you, even be it over the holiday season, certainly if you're having major challenges, there are phone numbers for that. But if somebody for psychotherapy wants to connect with you, or even see if it's the right fit to work with you, what's the best way to connect with you?
So my number is 508-631-7649. And it's also on WhatsApp. And I work on BetterHelp, and now they're taking all the major insurances.
Hmm.
So, which is really fantastic because it saves you a lot of money. And they can contact us here and they can bring
Oh,
up
sure.
topics that they want us to talk about.
Instant feedback, Steve@gmail.com. And thank you for continuing to take insurance, because a lot of people that do what you do have abandoned that and do private pay, which is fine if that supports them. But for the rest of us, after a while, can get pricey. And that's why you pay for insurance or get it, the bulk of it.
Exactly. And
Your
I
job.
do pretty wild things on BetterHelp. I even do past life work.
Wow. You know what? Maybe we'll talk about that next time.
Yes.
Hadass, thank you so much for today. Happy holidays.
Same
And
to you. And it was so good seeing you.
you too. Yeah. And everybody, all of us, enjoy the little things. I know it's a cliche, but they're big things. We don't realize it, even the tree.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk soon.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.